Sunday evening, July 8th, 2012. I'm DLAKE for PREZ, reporting for the INFOWARS nightly news, home version, connected to the internet, and I'm logged into my Facebook. I've had a Facebook account, I suppose, for about 2 or 3 years. Sure, I could look up my date joined. I don't have the new calendar timeline with big gigantic ads not by this site. I have the classic, I don't know, whatever version this was that I stuck with. Guess they call it the classic now. Well, in the late 1990s, when the internet was taking off and people were starting to get their email accounts, and a lot of Yahoo back then and AOL back then. You know, the internet, like anything, goes through different cycles and different trends. And that's what I'm going to talk about tonight in this special report. This is where I need to differentiate, try to speak clearly, draw the line, and tell you what I've been trying to say in some of these previous reports, is that there's a distinct difference between Facebook.com/myname and myname.com/whatever else. Okay? A / address is someone else's thing / you versus you.com or .your organization or .whatever. Okay? Which means the power is not in your hands, my friend. The control is not yours. You have no horse in the race. But it's great, it's fun, it's magical. You can post those family pics and everyone likes them. Now, when I first got onto Facebook, like 3 years ago, they said, look, like I said, I don't have any notes. I'm going off the top of my head, but let me try to get semi-chronological here. First, I had a MySpace account, and I didn't even have, I was probably on board with that late. But part of my job actually was to, get to learn it better so that we could hype up things that I was doing with that, with work, okay? And the cool thing about MySpace, and this is what I need to do right now, is differentiate this so you can see the total control that goes on here at Fake Trap, is that on MySpace, not only did a bunch of designers and programmers start making their own pimpier MySpace sites, it was like, learn HTML, go get a book about computer programming and learn the inner workings, learn how to build a page, learn how to change the background color, learn how to tile a background image, learn how to build tables and columns and rows and do layouts and do design and do cascading style sheets and do flash animation and learn how to code. Okay? Then maybe you might take a step from there and work on your own website and start using PHP and other cool coding languages. Alright? But FaceTrap wants to be like, they came out like, look, why bother learning? You don't need to know any of that. We'll make it easy for you. That's what I liked about MySpace. But I was seduced to the dark side because everyone's like, we're migrating. And when you're, maybe that's a pack mentality, but I'm seeing all the birds going over there. And again, for work, it's like, oh man, it's the newest, biggest thing. It's the best thing. We got to get on it immediately. Let's do this. And people say MySpace and their Facebook. That's part of the trap as well, because it's not yours. Okay? Facebook is a big giant company, a big corporation, and now they're an IPO or whatever else. And your page on here is theirs. It's not yours. When I first went to log on, to get on, sign up at Facebook, like I said, 3 years ago, I was using an alias, what I thought was a cool, fancy, you know, name that wasn't my name, on MySpace. And I tried to sign up using that name, and I got a message that said, that doesn't sound like a real name. We don't believe that's you. We don't believe that's your name. Give us your real name if you want to get on this fake book. I was like, oh, okay, well, here's my real name. And you want my phone number? Are you guys gonna call me? What do you need that for? Alright, here's my phone number. Oh, okay, thanks for that phone number, DLAKE. Like, same day, next couple days, here's all these, you know, you got all these love messages, and all these people are immediately want to form love connections. And also, as soon as I, you know, finish the sign-up form, it's like, oh, David Lake, welcome. Go see some pictures of you that are already on the social network. Someone that you went to high school with already said, David Lake, there's a picture of you in our database. However, I guess my high school or something said, oh, well, if you're this old and you're who you say you are now, and someone else mentioned you previously before you even never got on Facebook. So here's some pictures of you, DLAKE. Really? Okay. So, like, the very first pictures of me on my Facebook, like the day I created the account, was posted like a year before or something. It's really weird. And so that was like, this is bizarre. And my very first comment was like, this is wacky, and it's probably run by the government in a deep underground military base by Dick Cheney and his buddies or something like that. And I think it's kind of gay. I mean, that's like the word I used. Maybe that was a poor choice of words. But that message was, or that post, my very first post, was immediately deleted. And in that first year or so, year and a half, 2 years of having my account, and you know, I've had some good times on here. You know, I've posted a bunch of videos and some songs and some news, and now like all my INFOWARS videos. It was like early on I had a couple like political, controversial messages just like auto-deleted. If I said someone high up political's name, messages would get deleted. But within the past like year and a half, and I've noticed it like when I go to my homepage, like other things that I see on here from other people, I'm like, they lifted something. They lifted us. They lifted one of their censors and said, let them go. Let's see what they really say. Don't delete anything anymore. Makes it easier for us to predict their next move. And it also makes it easier to identify the crazy ones. I can tell you this much. You're gonna have this white background. Your pages are gonna be static, no animation, except for maybe in the ads, but those are theirs. And you're just living in their big apartment complex. You don't have your own house on the internet unless you have your own .com. I think that's pretty concise. I think we as a people, and we, the people of the United States, and especially considering that it looks like this administration, you know, one of their agendas is cracking down on the internet and disabling DNS servers. And I think if all the people and all we the people had our own .coms, we'd be a lot stronger than just floating around in the clouds. I'm DLAKE for PREZ, the INFOWARS Nightly News, home version.